Well, third time is the charm. We're
Yo.
back.
Howdy.
We put out a community post saying that we were going to drop a pod yesterday, and we got ready to drop it, and it looked like it was recorded on a Razor phone from like '08. So it was not. Yeah, we can't put that out.
It be like that though, man. It be like that.
We hold ourselves to a high standard of quality.
There
I mean,
you go.
y'all see the setup right now.
There
So
you go.
But yeah, so we were going to talk about the NBA season before it started yesterday,
Opening night.
and we didn't get to do that.
No, but our predictions were correct though. I will say
they
that.
were.
I will say that. I took Denver. I said it'll probably be fairly close, but I see Denver kind of pulling away. That's pretty much what happened.
Mm-hmm.
And the Suns beat the Warriors, so we said that too.
Yeah,
so,
we did.
So, we ain't missed too much. I mean, we know, you know what I'm saying? We know what we talking about on this side, man. Both are really good games, though.
They were.
I think I enjoyed the second game a little more than the first one. Jokic is just a pure beast. He wasn't too fazed by AD at all, but AD was hooping. Don't get me wrong. I thought,
was.
You know what I'm saying? AD kind of – it was good to see. So I feel like the Lakers really have a good shot this year if they can kind of put it together. I like the pieces that they added. They feel like a more complete team to me. I will say that.
Yeah, they do.
I will say that, So those who are really rooting for the Lakers, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Really, honestly, right now, best team in L.A., yeah. And that's coming from a Clippers guy. I mess with PG. You feel me? So that hurt.
That's
that
right.
hurt saying that. But they seem really complete, honestly. Will they beat Denver? Probably not. Will they beat the Suns? Probably not. But one of the top teams out the West for sure, in my opinion.
Yeah. So that's one thing we kind of we talked about it extensively on the pod that y'all will never see about who was coming out and who was coming out the West. And we can kind of touch back on that a little bit here and there. I do want to change my pick. I will tell on myself. I said the Warriors out the West after watching last night. I didn't see a ton that was very.
Yeah.
I didn't see a lot that was special. So I'm gonna switch that.
What's your thoughts though? Why is that? What changed your mind?
I just think a lot of times like age maybe. I think your roster is different. They don't have your point was that they don't have like a true big.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to say in 2023 in basketball. They don't have a true big, and I think they're a good team, but it's just kind of like, I don't know. All dynasties kind of fizzle out at some point.
There you go.
And
there you go.
I don't really know.
W run though. You feel me?
Very.
W run. You
very.
know.
I think they got like what 4?
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy.
Could have got 5. Could have got 6 maybe.
Could have. Yeah.
KD got hurt, and when Draymond went down, and a lot of people debate if Draymond would have, not got that last tech, and that could have changed a lot of things. But so you can always debate that. But they could have got maybe 6. They could have been Jordan and them.
Yeah.
So,
then of course you got the block by James.
Then you got the block by James. So they had a nice run.
Yeah.
W run.
W run, but yeah, I think they're coming to a screeching halt. But anyway, I picked the Warriors just because I like Steph. I'm a big fan of the way they play basketball. I think they
played well last night.
He did. And but yeah, I think it's between those two teams, between Phoenix and Denver. If I had to really think about it like pretty hard, Denver looks the most complete to me.
I agree. After watching last night, they look like they know what they're doing, man. I think yeah, I like them. I like Denver out the West.
Yeah, I do too. I want to pull this. Actually, I don't know if I can do that right now, but
crazy to say.
It really is
crazy to say to me. I don't know why. I'm still having a hard time with it. It's like they won, and I'm still kind of like, damn, I'm really going with Denver out the West, but they look like that team, like that squad.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like they came back and they were still ready to go. So when I don't know, I feel like they picked out right where they left off, which is a good sign.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm trying to find this TikTok that I can show you guys. I got to show you a little button we got going on. We got some cool stuff here that I want to show y'all. Man, it's going to make me sign in. But let's talk a little bit about I'll put it up in the clip. But anyway, it's just about their rotation. I sent it to you, I think, in the coaches chat. Mm-hmm. That rotation was crazy.
Yeah.
And that's something that you don't see a lot from teams, and for them to kind of, look like that and the way that
early,
they, you know,
in the season.
yeah.
You feel me? Like, that's a great sign. It's a great sign.
Shows that everybody's bought in. You know, Jokic he went over there, watched his horse race. Hopefully he won. He came back, probably didn't touch a ball all summer.
Right.
And came right back, right to it. There you go. Something about the Euro guys, man.
Take this, AD. Man, he was man, he was hitting AD with some up and unders, some hooks, and different for sure. Yeah, he hooped for sure, bro.
Yeah, he did.
He liked that.
He did. So I would probably go Denver out the West, and then the big debacle we had was the new look Bucks and the Celtics. Obviously, Damian Lillard is over in Milwaukee now. A lot of siblings on that team. We talked about a little bit.
Did say that. Yeah.
You know, with the Lopez brothers, and obviously Thanasis is over there with Giannis.
Yep.
We kind of talked about some defensive schemes and how it's a nightmare to play the Bucks because Giannis can set the screen and roll. If you double Dame, if you choose to kind of go underneath, Dame's letting it go.
There you go. A lot of inside-out basketball now, man. So you can't just clog up the paint like teams were able to do in the past, you know? So really, to me, that's the difference. They can play inside out. Yeah, and I think that's a great look. I think that's a great look for the Bucks.
Yeah, I want to get your thoughts between those two. Who do you think's coming out between the Bucks and the Celtics?
Man, it kind of just depends, bro, because I think it could go either way. Like, if we talking 7 games, I still, for some reason, I want to favor the Bucks just because I don't think you can underestimate Giannis. Like, Giannis last year, I felt like would have made a lot of noise, but he got hurt. You know, he was hit with a little back injury. And, you know, just a little minor setbacks in there. So, realistically, my gut is telling me go Bucks. But after watching the game tonight, I think, hey, Porzingis, I might have been hating on Porzingis. I know it's game 1. I know. But maybe the unicorn is back. He had 30 on like 15 shots.
Yeah, so speaking of Porzingis in the game, I'm going to show him the button.
Okay,
quick.
we got the button? Hold on.
Yeah, we got the button. So we added a third camera, folks, ladies and gentlemen. This is the computer view. So now we got, we can pull up our stats whenever we need to. But let me hit this real quick right there. Oh, check us out now, okay?
Them boys getting different on the walk-ons, huh?
We're acting a little crazy this year, but it's a new year. And one thing that we did not cover, we will be a little more consistent. We got some big news for y'all.
Oh, yeah. Swear, yeah, big news.
Huge news. Y'all will know something here in the coming week.
Hell yeah, because we need some help. We gonna need some help. Hey, I'm gonna keep it a bean. We gonna need some help. So yeah, y'all gonna need to tap in with us one time, man. But it is some exciting news, and we want to thank you for believing in us and continuing to support, especially if you're here. We know we've been up and down, but now we're able to kind of be very consistent with the podcast based off the news we're going to share. So we appreciate it.
Yep, and as speaking of needing some help, if you guys could help us out right now, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you actually, it's probably over here. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you're just now coming across us, make sure to leave a comment down below on some things that you want to hear, NBA, NCAA.
For sure.
Maybe even high school. Probably not a lot, but, we'll do our best to keep up with what you guys want. Yeah. But, yeah, let's get back to the Celtics here. Let's check this out. Porzingis plus 13.
That's nice.
30 points.
That's not bad.
8 rebounds.
That's not bad as your
4 blocks.
As your third option, though, Clay? Because they going JT first. I think he had, 34, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, JT had 34.
34,
11, and 4.
That's come on.
Pretty solid.
Then you go that's 1A. Then you go 1B if you want to, or your second option. You got Jaylen Brown, who today only averaged about, 11 points, if I'm not mistaken?
He had 11, 6, and 5, though.
That's what I'm saying. That's still, hey, he filling up the stats. Don't panic. You know what I'm saying? It's just game 1. But just in case Jaylen Brown can't pick it up, you got a nice third option, in my opinion, with Porzingis. And he showed, if he's shooting the ball that efficient, of course it might not be like that every night, but 8 from 15, and then 5 for 9 for 3?
Missed 1 free throw.
Oh, that's hooping. That's hooping. Very underrated defender as well. We saw him get a block when we were eating earlier.
Crazy.
Went to go get that. So it's like, man, I don't know. I know it's early, but they looking all right. And then you think about Drew Holiday being over there, still one of the best defenders in the league, a better version of Marcus Smart, who, in my opinion, can score much easier than Marcus Smart when it's time to really get to it.
Yep, 100%.
A lot of weapons. It's a lot of weapons, bro. So I don't know, man. Again, my gut is still trying to say, well, maybe inside out because Giannis is just so dominant. But now it's like you throw that double with Giannis and with Jason Tatum and Porzingis. You know, it might get kind of tricky. It might get kind of tricky on that side. So if I had to take it, I'm gonna stick with my gut. I'm gonna stick with my first pick and go to the Bucks just off GP. But I like what the Celtics doing for sure.
Yeah, I agree. I think they look good. Obviously, the Knicks played them tough at home. Losing 108, 104. But I'm kind of like you. I think looking at it tonight, they played well. A lot of people showed up. You see a lot of pluses here. You see only three guys, were in the minus, and they didn't play, aside from Al Horford, didn't play a ton of minutes.
Right.
So I think that Milwaukee's still our pick.
Yeah.
Mine too. So our pick. Walk-ons stamp of approval here.
Right. For sure.
But needless to say, the Celtics did kind of make you second guess your opinion.
Hell yeah.
For a little bit.
Game one, I'm like, Bucks maybe not. But I gotta see Dame though. I gotta see, again, it's still early. You know what I'm saying? Once we see how they looking throughout that tournament, I think we'll get a better feel too. That in-season tournament is on the way, November 3rd.
Yeah, I want to get your thoughts on that. First time ever. So, I just want to know, from a basketball fan, I enjoy a little bit of tournament, a little competition.
I do.
But from a basketball player, you got to play 82 games. Do I want to get an in-season tournament championship, or would I rather go to the finals or the playoffs?
There you go.
It's kind of a catch-22. What are your thoughts on the NBA in-season tournament coming up here in about a week or so?
Yeah.
And what do you think it does for the NBA as a whole?
My thoughts, you pretty much explained it perfectly. From a fan's perspective, I think it's dope. Because from a fan's perspective, we think about the most exciting times, and that's March Madness, right?
Right.
So we automatically think, tournament time. It's a time for teams to be competitive. The difference is, though, like you said, from an NBA player's perspective, it's like, I'm not taking that too serious because it's like, it ain't nothing to be, too crazy about.
Right.
I'm not going to just go all in right now when I still have another X amount of games to kind of really prove myself and get to the playoffs and really try to make a push. So it's like, it's hard to kind of gauge.
Yeah.
I want to see it because I'm into basketball. I like tournament style playing and stuff like that. So it's like, of course, for me, I'm like, oh, yeah, let me see what they're talking about. But again, I don't think it's going to give off the same feel right away that the NBA may be looking for. But I could be wrong.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's incentivized now. If they say, hey, everybody on the squad get a meal, I think you.
Yeah.
You feel me?
I'm there.
You
100%.
Defense. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You might turn up one time. But it's just kind of hard to gauge right now. I think it's one of those things that we kind of have to wait and see. It could go very well, or it could be like, maybe not next year. So hard to say. What you think? Talk to me.
I like it. I think, it adds a little bit of more of a competitive nature to the game. I think they did it a lot probably for ratings.
Yeah.
Because you're competing obviously with the NFL and college football. It's getting down to like at this time it's October 25th and November 3rd is when this tournament starts. Right around this time is where all the football fans start paying attention to college football playoff.
Right.
Like where is my team going to be? You're starting to see football games being played now starting on Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
Even the first weekend, LSU played on a Sunday. And so,
that's true.
Anybody that understands kind of like, okay, we got to get our product out there. The NBA, I think, is doing that to kind of compete with these things because I would much rather watch LeBron and whatever year this is. It's like 20 or 21, right? 21. He's 80 years old in basketball years. Play in his, another season where he could be a dominant force for the Lakers over whoever's playing on college football on Thursday night.
For sure.
To be honest. So I think it's a good move by the NBA.
I agree.
I don't know what it will do for ratings. I think it might help them. especially as you get closer to the championship style, the championship, being or the champion being crowned, whatever you want to say, in-season trophy. It's kind of like you can't really say they're the in-season tournament champ. It's like, I don't know. It's like saying I'm a regional champ on my way to a state championship, So it's a little different. But overall, I like the move by the NBA. I think it's good.
Same.
Compete with ratings, get your brand out there a little bit more. I think that's tight. So, I enjoy that. And I want to kind of segue into, we're going to stay here at the NBA, but I want to get your thoughts. One question I didn't ask on the pod that you guys will never see is how do you think the Memphis Grizzlies are going to look with Ja Morant serving this 25-game suspension?
Honestly, probably not the best because he just gives off a different feel for the Memphis Grizzlies and the game itself. So just from a potential standpoint, you can't really see your true potential when you're missing your star player. I'll say that. However, you do have supplementary players who can kind of fill in that void well enough to kind of get a good look. So from a defensive standpoint, you got Marcus Smart, who automatically kind of helps you defensively, which is what the Grizzlies kind of, stamp and want to live by. So you bring in a dog to kind of replace one while he's out. You got one pick coming in for another one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe not the most athletic pick, but
yeah.
Same breed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And then you have another true point guard in somebody who we can never count out in Derrick Rose to me.
Yeah.
You feel me? Of course, he's not going to be as athletic as Ja Morant right now, but we know what we know what D Rose was doing in his prime. So it's not a bad look in my opinion to kind of pick him up to say, okay, we need your help at the moment to kind of, orchestrate this team. You know what I'm saying? Help this team kind of get to the next level of playing until Ja's back.
Right.
I think they did well with that.
They lost their game tonight. Here we go.
Maybe not. Actually, scratch everything I said. We need Ja Morant.
I'm done. Cut it off.
What was the score? Was it bad?
It was 111-104. They
Okay.
lost to I almost said the Penguins. They lost to the Pelicans. We can pull this up here real quick. This is what Memphis looked like without Ja on the floor. First thing that stands out to me, Desmond Bane, 31. 31,
He be
5
hooping,
and
though.
5. Ain't bad, Shot 50% from the field, 50% from 3, missed a free throw, but I see a lot of minus over here.
That's Derrick Rose right there. What'd he go?
Derrick Rose.
3 for 11, though.
Yeah, he was not very, very good. Marcus Smart, 6 for 11, 2 for 6 from the field. He was one of the players in the
game
plus
one,
side of the plus minus. It is game one. No, definitely not a thing to panic with. Panic about, because if we scroll up here and we look, honestly, let's look here. Come on now. There we go. Zion had 23, 8 and 7. He was minus 8.
Yeah.
I mean, look at this.
But he playing though.
He is. Yeah. Well, we'll see for how long.
Okay. Yeah, that's true.
We'll see. We'll see how long Zion's here.
is true.
But we can we'll scale in here just a little bit so y'all can kind of see. Bi played. It looks like he played well. 19, 7 and 6. Not very efficient, but I wanted to get your thoughts on that. I think Memphis, as long as because a team last year when Ja was out, you didn't notice a big, drop off. They gritted out a lot of games as a team. For
sure.
And so I just kind of wanted to get your thoughts. Obviously, losing game 1 at home is not the way you want to start your season by any means.
Right.
But, I think they'll be okay. It doesn't look like they lost, too much. Obviously, you pick up Marcus Smart. And then Desmond Bane, he picked up kind of where he left off. He about 6'5" with a 6'2" wingspan, which is just crazy to me. But
for sure.
that's why he can shoot the ball so well.
Yep, facts.
And then you do need a better bench though. Look at this. Kenny Lofton, which I actually saw him in Vegas, or not Vegas. I'm sorry, we saw him in Salt Lake when I was out there traveling for work.
Oh, okay.
During the summer league, he came to Ruth Chris, which is funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty hilarious. But yeah, so obviously Luke Kennard, Derrick Rose, and these other two kind of irrelevant. But, to me at least, I think you need a little bit more depth on your bench. Kenny Lofton, obviously Ja's on there, which he's not going to be on the bench after 25 games. But
right,
I think
They need a little more.
They need a little help.
Yeah.
They need a little help.
They need a little more. I feel like D Rose just need to find his rhythm. He didn't play much last year in New York.
Right.
So now he's kind of put in a situation where he's going to play, and I just don't think with basketball, man, you gotta have that rhythm, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a rhythm type game. Like you can't. I mean, with all sports, honestly, you know what I'm saying. I mean,
sure.
Keeping it a bean, you just gotta have your rhythm, man. And I think once he kind of pick up to the speed of the game, especially getting back into it, I think he'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? 3 for 11 tonight. That'll slowly but surely become more efficient over time. So
for sure.
But to your point though, they still need a little more than that because looking at them names, I'm like, we gotta help them out. We gotta help them out. Yeah,
for sure. They've got to get a little bit more depth. I think some of the things that we're seeing with like the Warriors, they need a little bit more experience probably off the bench. A lot of those guys were there on their championship team that had that run several years ago. But I mean, Moses still there. He was a rookie when that happened. And then Gary Payton also. He's a little still there. They're not vets yet, but they're kind of those tweeners. But they're to the point in their career where they've earned a little bit more minutes on the floor, but they just don't have enough experience on the floor to be considered a vet. So it's like if you really want to get in and make a difference, you got to either grow up really fast and kind of become a vet mentally, or you just got to stay in the league longer, and that's kind of you got to grind it out for another contract. So
they are tweeners though.
Yeah,
that's a perfect way to describe that. Big time tweeners.
Speaking of, not necessarily tweeners, but we can check in here on the Dallas San Antonio game.
Oh yeah,
Victor Wembanyama
made his first 3.
He did. Made his first NBA points as a Spur was a 3-pointer. Go figure. He's just going to shoot over everybody. But we kind of talked a little bit about Dallas and the forbidden pod, I guess you could say, but I'm not super high. I'm not high on them, but I'm just not excited.
It's crazy because like we got teams that we don't really talk about. Like I don't really be talking about the Clippers either. I'm like, well, I mean, we got Russ. It's like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what to expect with Kawhi and PG. You know what I'm saying? W pod.
Yeah.
But maybe that's it. So I'm kind of in the same boat as you, man. It's like it could go it could go well, or it could just suck.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
I'm consistent at all.
I'm that way with I don't know how he's 0 on the plus minus, but I'm that way with the Mavs. Obviously, you retain Kyrie, which is a move that I don't think any of us saw happening. We kind of thought he would bounce on his way to Phoenix, maybe.
Facts.
To team back up with KD, but that actually didn't happen. Mark Cuban, he's a shark. He's probably a hell of a closer.
Right.
So
right.
I'm gonna just keep it at that. But the Mavs just don't have a ton for me to be super excited about. Obviously they retain Maxi Kleber, picked up Grant Williams from the Celtics, which Derrick Jones Jr., Kyrie, Luka. That's your 5 tonight. Nothing exciting except Luka and Kyrie.
I agree.
At all. You got Tim Hardaway coming off the bench. He's having a pretty solid game tonight. Derek Lively, and then Gerald Green Jeff Green. I'm sorry, not Gerald. Jeez.
Oh, y'all got Jeff Green over there?
I think so. Yeah, if I remember correctly.
That's a good.
No, Josh Green. I'm
okay.
sorry. I had to search that up real quick. Forgive me, fellas and ladies.
See, if y'all pick
but
him up, that's
Josh
right.
Green, obviously, and then we got like 2K16 villain Dante Exum.
Yeah.
So we just don't have an exciting team like at all.
No, for sure. Y'all gave all the money to Kyrie and Luka, man. That's all it is.
Yeah.
That's really all it is at this point.
Well, and another thing too, like we got Seth Curry back, which
is he hurt?
He just didn't play tonight. I don't know if he's hurt or not, but I haven't checked the injury report, to be honest with you. Like, when we really say we don't talk about our teams, like, I don't even know what's going on with the Mavs. I just know they play tonight.
Real talk, though.
And so, obviously we got to get back into that and get into the swing of things. Basketball is back. College basketball is right around the corner. Can't wait for that. Super Tuesday is going to be coming back. But
for some reason, I'm kind of – am I more excited about college this year than NBA? I'm very excited about college this year. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I think college basketball, I think with this NIL stuff, the playing field is evened. I think anybody, a lot of people back, pre 2021 when NIL was happening underneath the table.
Right.
Kind of we're like, oh man, yeah, we're excited. We got this 5-star at Auburn. It's like, yeah, you got 1 5-star. Congratulations, you know. But now it's like, okay, well, if you hit enough donors up, you get enough money in the bank account. Anybody's gonna come by. I mean, you look at what it's done for Arkansas. We haven't had a ton of, I guess you could say, highly touted recruits because Eric Musselman doesn't necessarily recruit a lot of young guys. Last year being a caveat with, 3 ESPN top 50, top 100 guys, and Anthony Black, Nick Smith, and
Jordan Walsh.
But, that's kind of a outlier. Now everybody's a transfer.
Yeah.
And so I think obviously with NIL and transfer play immediately, the season, somebody you saw last year
somewhere else
transfers and he gets to play immediately, whereas a couple years ago you forget about him. You're like, oh man, I forgot he was over there.
Yeah, facts. That's what it is. Facts. That's right.
So and I think we've also got some ties to some basketball people.
I was thinking
Zion,
that as well.
Z, we're gonna watch a game film here later and get back to you on that. But TP, yeah, he looks good in K-State purple. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for him and
Avery. Avery is in Texas now.
Okay.
He's not a Longhorn. I think he's Texas. I don't know. I can't remember where Avery is, but he transferred from Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
Kind of closer to home now. So I think that's gonna make a big difference for him.
Mm-hmm.
So happy to see him. Doing well as well. So
right.
We got some people.
We do.
We know some dogs.
We do. And, that I think that's exciting. One thing I'm very excited about, hopefully we get to go to that game. Duke comes to town. Duke comes to Fayetteville.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, so when Duke comes to town, we might be in a tournament, but hopefully we have off that day or something. Regardless.
He's at TCU.
TCU, okay, yeah. So Texas, he stayed within the conference.
Yeah.
Stayed within the Big 12. TCU had a good team last year with the mini LeBron.
So did.
Yeah.
So
they had a good little tournament run. FAU is back.
Yeah.
I think they're number 9 in the top 10.
Really?
They're up there. Don't quote me on that. We'll probably put it up. Well, actually, we can look. But yeah,
just hit the button. Ain't no problem. You know what I'm saying?
Well, hold on. I can't. Give me just 1 second. NCAA top 25 basketball. Hold on. Sorry, folks. I'm not the best at this yet. We're getting there though. ESPN. We can look at ESPN's way too early. Oh my gosh, Kansas! Wow. Shout out to KU. Duke, Purdue. They come here on Saturday.
That's Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's this Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
I got to tighten up.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Exhibition game.
Nah, but get to it though.
Yeah.
Get to it though.
Yeah, we definitely want to win. Obviously Zach Edey is back. Whatever.
Are you going?
Yeah.
I need to see what's up.
I think Richie was able to secure some tickets. I can hit the plug up though if you need some.
Yeah. Plug me in.
Let me ask him.
Football out here too?
No, they're gone. They're bye week. They're not playing. They need to rest up because they got a lot of wounds to lick. I'm telling you.
Yeah, no, you're
just
right.
Fired the offensive coordinator. We averaged 2.9 yards a play all year, which is just abysmal.
Sorry guys, I know we be talking NBA and then we go college basketball, college football. This is what we do. So just bear with us. You know what I'm saying? We'll get back to NBA right after this.
Yeah, right after this quick break for NCAA basketball.
Right.
But Michigan State. They're always relevant, but I just don't ever feel like they make too much of a tournament run. Obviously, Izzo has those teams every once in a while. But one thing that kind of sticks out to me, UConn, the reigning national champs, at number 5. You figure coming off of a national championship year where they beat everybody by like 50.
They lost a lot though.
They did. They did. That's a good point.
They lost a lot.
That's a good point.
They might not even be number 5. I'm gonna keep it a bean. They probably top 10 though.
Yeah, probably 9, top 10.
8 maybe.
Tennessee. Wow, where's FAU? Maybe. Oh, there we go. They're number 11. Previously, they were number 9, so they were there. But yeah, so college basketball is exciting.
It really is, though.
and I'll be glad next week when we get to play our first game that actually counts. But yeah, regardless, we got the I guess preseason player of the year coming in, and Zach Edey. We definitely need to get that dub.
Come on, talk that, that.
Regardless,
that's right.
Yeah, because
get to it, man.
Yeah, because after this, Purdue may have to just drop in the rankings a little bit. That's okay.
That is okay.
That's okay. But that's the ultimate goal. But that's enough about NCAA basketball. Very sorry.
Yeah.
We'll get to that when
it's time.
Yeah, we'll get to that here in a little bit. But let's talk about some other NBA news, maybe, or any questions that you have for me, because I know I put you on the spot a couple of times.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So my question: do you like it, or should this stay the same way that it's been the last few years? I think they're discussing now that the All-Star game is going back to East versus West, if I'm not mistaken. You can kind of maybe look at that to kind of confirm that. But I think I was reading earlier that we're now going back to East versus West. Do you like that, or should we stick to the draft? Which format do you kind of like?
Let me. I'm trying to think. Yes, it will feature. So here we go. It says right here, ESPN NBA All-Star Game is going back to original format this season in Indianapolis. The league announced Wednesday, that it will take place February 18th at this place. We'll have East versus West. I like it.
Yeah,
I like it because it's traditional.
West loaded though.
They are. But the East kind of. You got Dame, you got Giannis.
That's true. That's true.
Emo Jimmy, tonight won't be the night.
Yeah. That's true. That is true. That is true. That is okay. I could be hating on the East. I be forgetting Dame's over there now. That fast. But yeah, who else we got? Tatum, Brown.
Yeah, Julius Randle might make the cut.
He'll probably make the cut.
Joel Embiid.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay.
James Harden, he probably won't ever play with the Sixers again. Maybe we need to talk about that. But
West, I feel like it's still crazy though.
Yeah, the West.
You got Steph, Bron, KD. Like them names sound crazy. I don't know why. To me.
Yeah, 100%. If you really want to think about it, are the T-Wolves in the West or the East?
West.
Okay, so you got Steph, Bron, KD. You got Luka.
Kyrie.
If he's back from his suspension and doesn't get caught with another crazy video of Ja.
Yep.
You got, De'Aaron Fox and all them out in Sacramento. They probably just won't get the nod just how loaded it is, know. Ant-Man. Wemby. I'm sure he might be a freaking all-star. Who knows?
Yeah, could be.
Everybody thinks they said he's the most the craziest.
Yeah. Number one pick since Bron.
Yeah.
That's what they saying.
I can't even think about that.
You don't believe that though, huh?
Well, no, it's not that I don't believe it. It's just like when you look at one game and you look at one preseason versus 21 of them, it's kind of like,
let's relax a little bit.
A little bit,
I see. I get it.
And part of it is recency bias, and the recency bias is the previous 21 years that I've watched LeBron James play in the NBA. You know? LeBron came in the NBA, was immediately relevant, and is still relevant right now.
That is true, though. That is true. He came in different, though. He came in very different. But I get it. They got to keep the league excited. You know how it go.
Yeah, 100%.
But he be hooping, too, though. He be hooping. I want to see him against Chet again, though. They got to run that back. Run them ones.
They did. That was a good little preseason matchup.
That was all right.
I enjoyed that. We can check it. Speaking of Wemby, we can do another little check-in here. He is sitting at 6 points.
What's he shooting?
50%. Victor Wembanyama, 50% from the field. Oh, he's only shot. Wow. All right. He's only shot threes. Interesting. 6 and 3. Kind of underwhelming.
What are you gonna end with? I think what's the plus minus on Wemby?
Well, he's only made. He's only shot it 4 times.
Will he score 20?
Maybe. It's halftime. Yeah. He could probably get to 20.
It's halftime right now. What was the score?
Score is 68-64.
Okay. Y'all all right? Hold on. Let me see what Kyrie and Kyrie.
Luka's got 16, 7, and 5. Kyrie's looking, holy cow, -10. Kyrie's 8 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists.
I really do feel like before the trade deadline, if it starts to clash too much, I think they gonna try to find a different spot for Kyrie. I really believe that. I really do.
My question is, who are we gonna get for him if he does leave?
That I can't answer yet. I don't I don't know, but I feel like it'll kind of be something with like an Indiana trade where y'all get like a Miles Turner and another shooter. What's his name?
I'm really not mad at that though.
What's his name though? I keep forgetting. Buddy Hield.
Oh
Why
yeah.
am I tripping? Do something like that with some draft picks. Kyrie do something. He'd be over there, which is gonna suck for Kyrie because it's like, damn, you in Indiana. But it'll have to be something like that. That way you got a role guy, and then you got somebody you can stretch the floor with after the role guy, so you can throw that skip. That's Luka basketball.
It is. It's
feel me?
Luka basketball for sure.
You could do something like that. That's just me, coming off the dome. You feel me? So it'll have to be something like that, I think, because then that'll open up the market. Kyrie can still get paid, go for his 30 a night, and chill.
You're right. Yeah, he definitely has. I guess made better on his commitment to the game. Obviously, in Brooklyn, he wasn't happy. Now in Dallas, he's playing a lot more, very consistently.
Yeah,
Obviously,
he seems happy.
Got maybe some load management here and there, but I mean, we know about load management. Just ask Kawhi.
Hell yeah, ask Kawhi. Don't get me started on this.
Yeah,
There's one person you want to ask. You can for sure ask the Claw.
Yeah,
God never plays, but
never does. But so a lot of teams would probably be a little bit more interested in having Kyrie Irving on their bench. We're sitting here, fellas and ladies and gentlemen, golly, at about 40 minutes. So we can go ahead and wrap it up. I know that you guys have been wanting a podcast. We've been wanting to get a podcast. We've been trying to figure out some things in the background. We talked about it earlier. We are ball's rolling, and it's starting to roll downhill instead of uphill. Instead of us pushing it uphill. So
right.
The best thing that you guys can do is just like this video, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already, share it with somebody who maybe somebody at the lunch table that you sit across from, and y'all have the same kind of talks, little debates. Maybe you got difference in opinions. We would love for y'all to comment your opinions down below, and make sure and stick to the next one. We will be having some guests on here, some that you've already seen, some that you haven't seen before. And then, we'll have our big news here in the next couple of weeks, hopefully. Fingers crossed on that. But,
for sure.
With that being said, I don't have any questions. You got anything else that you got?
No, I just wanted your opinion on the All-Star thing. But I will say, if you guys have any questions, I want to start pulling like one question from the comment section. So
okay.
If the best question we'll answer on the next pod, and we'll keep that going. Just to kind of keep the engagement going, let you guys know that we care about your questions and your feedback as well. So we want to acknowledge that. So leave your questions. Let us know, man. And if it's a dope topic, we'll kind of bring it for the next pod.
Yeah, because we'll put it right here.
That button, I ain't going to lie. That setup, man, that setup crazy, man.
It is crazy.
Man, come on.
It is crazy. So, but yeah, we'll put it right there. Like Jay said, leave a comment, like, subscribe, whatever. I can tell you so many times I'm gonna quit rambling. I'm going to let you send us home.
We appreciate you guys, man. Thank you for locking in with us. GG's, G. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.